Good morning, YouTube family. Sherra Wright was denied parole in the murder of Wright. In a 3-0 vote, Sherra Wright was denied parole by the Tennessee Board of Parole to get out of jail. And no one is happier than the basketball superstar's mother, Miss Deborah Marin. Sherra Wright planned the murder of Wright right here in Memphis, Tennessee at Winchester and Hacks Cross Road, where Wright was ambushed. Sherra Wright, and I don't have to say allegedly, because these people have been judged by a jury of their peers, and some of them accepted a plea deal, so I don't have to say allegedly. Sherra Wright and a deacon from her church and her cousin, at the time he was currently on trial for the part he played in the murder of the basketball superstar Wright. Deborah Marion will forever remember what Sherra Wright did to her son, Wright. And she is thanking God that Sherra Wright will not be getting out of prison anytime soon. Miss Marion says she does not believe that Miss Wright deserves parole, and until she can see her son again, she hopes that Miss Wright will be kept in prison. During a parole hearing, Sherra Wright pled for mercy. But didn't Wright plead for mercy when he was shot? I believe he did. I believe when they played the 911 call, he was calling her name. He was shot more than, Wright was shot more than 5 times. And isn't Miss Wright heard during the 911 call telling Mr. Wright, F you? Well, she didn't have mercy on Wright. So she accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. And that was just in 2019. So why is she asking for parole so early? It has only been about 3 years since she pled guilty to murdering Wright. It's only been three years since she pled guilty. Only 3. So let's find out why she is up for parole. She is still not taking responsibility for the role she played in his death. She handpicked the men she needed to help her murder him. One was her cousin and a deacon from her church. Her cousin testified against her, and Mr. Jimmy Martin got immunity for his testimony. Billy Turner, the deacon that was at her church, he received a life sentence for the role he played in the murder of Wright. Deborah Marion says Sherra shows no signs of remorse. No signs. Oh, they say she came up for parole because of her good behavior. That's why she came up for parole, because of her good behavior. And they asked that she be let out for time served, and because the prisons are overcrowded. The district attorney's office says a sentence needs to mean something in Tennessee, And July 1st of 2022, there will be a new sentencing guideline. That's right. They finna change the rules. The parole board said letting her out would be a disrespect of the law and of the seriousness of the crime that she committed. Shahir Wright will be up for parole again in May 2027, and Deborah Marion plans to be there to fight her parole. The parole board sent Shahir Wright a letter telling her of the decision and asking her to maintain her good behavior, which will help improve her chances when next time she comes up for parole in 2027. Shahir Wright pled guilty to a role she played in the murder of Mr. Lawrence Wright, a U of M superstar and an NBA superstar. Lawrence Wright it has been over 10 years since his murder. It has been over 10 years since he was murdered right here in the city of Memphis, but it feels like just yesterday. Rest in eternal peace, Mr. Wright. We in Memphis miss you. Miss Wright, I have no idea what was going through your head when you decided to play a role in murdering Mr. Lawrence Wright. I have no idea. You have never said what your motive was, but I believe that you deserve to have your parole denied, and I believe that you deserve to spend as much time in prison as is necessarily possible. Is necessarily possible. All right, guys. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member. Turn your notifications on so that you can know when I post. Mr. Wright, rest in eternal peace. My condolences to your family. All right, guys. Y'all stay healthy and stay blessed, and I'm out.